In this video, I'm actually going to discuss the new Airbnb listing that I have actually just listed on Airbnb about 2 weeks ago now when you guys are watching this video. I'm going to discuss why I put it on Airbnb. I know the previous video I kind of got into why I actually decided to put the guest suite on Airbnb, how it's performing after about 2 weeks of it being on Airbnb. So if you guys are interested, make sure to stick around. What's up, everyone? I hope you guys are all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serge. Welcome to the channel. And I just want to mention the podcast that I have finally started after a little bit of time of thinking about it. It's called the God Made Podcast. You guys can actually check it out in the link below. It'll just be a specific link. And then it'll take you to all the different things that I have on the social media platforms, also the Legion Assisted Living Academy, the Legion Manor LLC Facebook page, also the Instagram, the website, everything regarding all that I'm doing. It'll just take you guys to all of those, and then you can pick wherever you guys want to go or check out. So go ahead, feel free to go do all that. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. About 2 weeks ago, I decided to go ahead and put the guest suite up on Airbnb. And pretty much it's a studio style guest suite. So it's just one king size bed, a bathroom with a shower, toilet, and also sink. And then you got a small kitchen as well with a small refrigerator, a toaster, microwave, a cooktop, and then just a few other things, dishware that you may need for Airbnb. And I went ahead and had a photographer come out, also same cleaner that I used for the main house for the Airbnb, the first Airbnb listing that I put up. I just decided to go ahead and get pictures done on both listings, and then also got the cleaner to clean the guest suite, and they will also be cleaning the guest suite as well. What they're charging for the guest suite is $25. On the main house, they're charging $68. So it's pretty nice. I feel, managing cleaners is definitely one of those things with Airbnb that you guys definitely need to consider. You don't want to necessarily always be doing the cleaning. It's good in the beginning to go ahead and do that cleaning because you just get to keep the cleaning fee, and it is a pretty good deal if you can find someone. And I will discuss probably in another video of how I automate everything with Airbnb, because at this point everything is automated and I'm not having to really do much other than to coordinate with the guests, give them their keypad code, and just let them know, when they can check in or check out. And so that's pretty much it that I coordinate with the guests. It's fairly simple, and once you get it up and going, it's pretty nice. But with that being said, the guest suite was actually something I wasn't planning on putting on Airbnb for a while. I didn't think this soon, at least. Now that I'm 6 months in with this home. I got it in June. It's now December, and we're 6 months in. I was probably thinking I'd probably be there for at least a year before I would list it on Airbnb, or before I figured something else out or where I was going to live. But yeah, here we are, and I got it up on Airbnb. It probably, since I was already living in there, I left all the furniture mainly in there, and I just took all my personal stuff, all my clothes, etc., things that were just mine, out of the bathroom. I left most of the towels there, washed them and everything, left them there for the guests. So it didn't take me very long to get it set up and get it all put on Airbnb. It took me about a half of a day to get all my stuff out of there, and then it probably took me, another day to really get it clean and then get photos of it, and then also get it listed on Airbnb. So, it probably took about a day and a half, almost 2 days, and that was pretty much it. It didn't take very long. And I told myself that it would probably take 3 nights before I get my first booking. And it so happened that within 12 hours of me listing it, I got two bookings, one at the end of the month and then one in January. Obviously, we're still in December, so there is still plenty of time uh, for bookings. So, but regardless, though, it was pretty nice to see that it did get booked pretty quickly. And I am very happy with the result of that, because that just goes to show that the pictures do justice. Also, the way you price it and everything, that will also help as well. So, when you guys are looking to list something, make sure that you guys take the time to, really put in the effort to get quality pictures. Also, to do some market research in your area with the specific type of listing that you will be putting on Airbnb, whether it's a bigger home or whether it's kind of a guest suite or an apartment, whatever the case is. Make sure that you guys do the proper comps. That way, you don't overprice or underprice even, because if you overprice, most likely people won't book. But what Airbnb likes to do once there is a new listing, you do get ranked higher on the listings because you are a new listing, and I think they do it for about 30 days, so a month. And with that, you are able to get booked a lot quicker. So that's why it's very important right off the bat that you do have those quality pictures and you do put a solid price on your listing, and that way you guys can get booked pretty quickly. And I think like not too long after that, after the 12 hours, I think I got another booking. And so it is pretty interesting. I will definitely put pictures up for you guys to check out up on the screen of the listing. Kind of let you guys know what the feel of the pictures that I have. I did both listings this way, the style of these pictures. Try to put like a very interesting twist to your pictures. Don't try to be like everybody else around you. Try to make it stand out, be different, make it look, put your own style to it. Make it specific to how you want your listings to look, whether it's one listing or multiple listings. And that will definitely help with getting booked. But with the second listing, it'll be nice because it will start being even more profitable. And I think it will. I'm interested in seeing how it will turn out with because there's going to be different types of guests, right? The main house is for bigger groups. The guest suite obviously is for just two people. I'm definitely curious to see which gets booked more often, and kind of see the trend and see which one would actually end up being better if I ever do decide to get more listings. Whether I stick with a smaller style, with two guests minimum or max, and or if I want to go bigger and get a bigger home. It'll just be interesting because now that I have both options, I'll be able to see the difference of what gets booked more, how often they get booked, and why people are staying. What I'm noticing just right off the bat with the guest suite is it's mainly just people that are just coming through. Like, one guy is a skydiver, another guy's coming with his wife, on their honeymoon. So that's what I'm noticing. That's the trend I'm noticing with these smaller listings, right? With the guest suites or max two people. And I think there's definitely a lot of potential there with these smaller listings rather than the big ones. There's a lot of potential with the big ones too. That's what I've noticed. Mainly people come with family, right, for graduations. They come for conventions. I've even had people from bands, they come and tour obviously in the city. So they come into the city and they have probably 8, 9, 10 people with them, with their entire band. So they end up staying there. So those are the types of people I've been noticing, and it's really cool and very interesting to see all of that. And I'm definitely really considering, more Airbnb listings. I'm really enjoying the process of getting an Airbnb up and going, and so far everything has been going really good. So knock on wood, right? And I'm excited to keep sharing this journey with you guys and showing you guys the entire process. I really didn't document like I did with the first listing, where I went in and I showed you guys how I did everything. There really wasn't much to document. There was one thing though I would say with people who have the Nest lock, the Nest and Yale lock. Be very careful when you guys go to install for two separate units if they're on the same property. One thing that I ended up doing was, instead of when you go in on the app, you're supposed to add another home for the new Nest Connect that you will be connecting to the lock. They have to have two separate homes, meaning, when you go in on the app, you'll have, like, I had the main home, and then I accidentally, when I installed the new Nest Connect and new Nest Lock, I put it under that same home. What happens there is, if when you go to give the codes to the guests, you're giving the code to both entrances, right? To both units. So you do have to create a separate home on the app and then install the Nest Connect which and you didn't connect the lock to that Nest Connect. So that's just a tip. I did. It was just it made my brain hurt, and I had to reset everything. Which I It's really hard to reset the lock. Which all you do is take the batteries out, pull off the back end, and then reset it. Hold the reset, put the batteries back in at the same time while you're holding the reset, and then it will reset that back end of the lock. So that's how you do the reset the locks. And then to reset the Nest Connect, which you plug into the wall, you just hold the bottom until the yellow light comes on and holds, and then it will reset all the settings. But regardless, that was something that I just thought I'd share with you guys, especially for all those Airbnb hosts out there who do have the Nest Yell lock. That's just a tip for you guys when you do have multiple units under the same property or within the same property, like if you had a triplex or a fourplex. Regardless, hopefully this helps, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching all the way through the end. Again, go check out the podcast, the God Made Podcast with Serge Lepescu. It will be and is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor, and I will link it down below for you guys, so make sure to go check it out. Again, guys, thank you so much for all the love and support, and I will see you guys all next time. God bless.